My best friend house sat while I was overseas. I came home early. She froze. Don't go upstairs. The first thing I noticed when I came home early was that the front door wasn't locked. That was strange. I had been overseas for 3 weeks, and my best friend, Emily, was supposed to be the only person staying in my house while I was gone. I had texted her that morning. Flight got moved. I'll be home tonight. She replied almost immediately. Great. I'll have dinner ready. But when I pushed the door open, the house was completely silent. Emily? No answer. I dropped my suitcase beside the door and looked around. Everything seemed normal. Her shoes were near the stairs. Her jacket was hanging on the chair. There was even a half-finished cup of coffee on the kitchen counter. Then I heard something. A soft creak. From upstairs. I slowly looked toward the staircase. Before I could take one step, Emily suddenly appeared from the hallway. She stopped when she saw me. Her face went completely pale. You're home. I laughed nervously. Yeah. Surprise. But she didn't smile. Instead, she stepped directly in front of the stairs. I frowned. Emily, what's wrong? She swallowed. Then she whispered. Don't go upstairs. My smile disappeared. What? Please, she said. Just stay down here. I stared at her. Why? She looked toward the ceiling. I can't explain yet. That answer made everything worse. I walked closer. Emily, what happened in my house? Nothing happened. Then why can't I go upstairs? She didn't answer. I could see her hands trembling. That was when I knew she was hiding something. I moved toward the stairs. Emily grabbed my arm. Please. I pulled away. Let go. Her eyes filled with tears. Listen to me. If you trust me, don't go upstairs. I stared at my best friend for several seconds. Then I heard it again. A quiet sound from above. Like something being dragged across the floor. My heart started pounding. Is someone up there? Emily looked down. That silence was my answer. I slowly stepped onto the first stair. Wait. Emily followed me. I said don't. Then tell me who's upstairs. She finally broke down. I don't know. I froze. What do you mean you don't know? I heard noises 2 nights ago, she whispered. I thought it was the pipes. Then I found things moved around. What things? My bedroom door was open when I had closed it. Your office window was unlocked. And yesterday. She stopped. What? I found muddy footprints. My stomach tightened. Inside? She nodded. Leading from the upstairs hallway to your office. I looked toward the ceiling. Did you call the police? No. Why not? Because I thought I was imagining things. Another sound came from upstairs. This time, louder. Emily grabbed my hand. Then we heard a man's voice. Hello? Emily screamed. I immediately pulled her behind me. Someone was upstairs. We backed into the kitchen. My phone was already in my hand. I was about to call the police when the footsteps began moving toward the stairs. One step. Then another. Emily whispered. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? She looked at me with tears in her eyes. I should have told you before you came home. The footsteps stopped. Then a man appeared at the top of the stairs. I couldn't breathe. It was my older brother, Daniel. Daniel? He slowly raised his hands. Don't panic. I stared at him. You broke into my house? No. Then why are you here? Daniel looked at Emily. She lowered her head. Then he said something that made my blood run cold. Because someone else broke into your house. I looked between them. What? Daniel came downstairs. Emily called me 2 days ago. She found the footprints and called me instead of the police. Why? Because she found something in your office. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small black object. It was a hidden camera. My heart sank. Where did you find that? Behind your bookshelf. I stared at it. Someone had been watching my house. But then I noticed Emily avoiding my eyes. I looked at her. There's something you're not telling me. She started crying. I found the camera before Daniel came. Why didn't you tell me? Because I was scared. Scared of what? She whispered. I think they were watching me. The room went silent. Daniel stepped closer. We checked the recordings. My heart pounded. And? Daniel looked at me. The person who installed it wasn't a stranger. I felt my stomach drop. Who? Daniel hesitated. Then he showed me the video. On the screen, a familiar figure entered my house late at night. Someone I trusted. Someone who had a key. Someone I had never suspected. I looked at Emily. She was crying. I didn't know what to do, she whispered. I stared at the screen. And suddenly, I understood why she had begged me not to go upstairs. She wasn't hiding someone from me. She was protecting me from what was waiting in that room. That night, we called the police. And by morning, the person responsible was arrested. But the strangest part wasn't the camera. It wasn't the footprints. It wasn't even the secret recordings. It was the final thing we discovered upstairs. Inside my desk was an envelope. My name was written across it. And inside was a single note. You came home earlier than expected. I stared at those words for a long time. Because whoever wrote that note hadn't been surprised that I came home early. They had been expecting me. And that's when I realized something terrifying. The person watching my house didn't just know where I lived. They knew my travel plans. They knew when I was coming home. And somehow, they knew Emily would be waiting for me.